Welcome to the Inner Circle. I am your Manikandan. Let's dive into the video. What kind of person dares to challenge an entire system? What kind of woman walks into rooms full of powerful men, refuses to bow, and says with complete calm, the rules apply to everyone? And what kind of discipline does it take to transform a young tennis player from India into the first woman officer of the Indian Police Service? A prison reformer, and one of the most respected public figures in the country. Today, you are not just going to hear the story of Kiran Bedi, you are going to learn English through her journey, a journey of discipline, a journey of courage, a journey of relentless honesty. And by the end of the story, you will understand why true power does not come from muscles, money, or political connections. It comes from self control. So, if you want to improve your English and your mindset at the same time, stay with me until the end. Because the story of Kiran Bedi may change the way you look at discipline forever. In the bustling city of Amritsar in 1949, a baby girl was born into a family that believed daughters should be as strong and educated as sons. Her name was Kiran. At a time when many girls were expected to stay quiet, obey, and limit their dreams, Kiran's parents believed in something radical. They believed that discipline and education could change destiny. Her father, Prakash Lal Peshashwarya, was not a rich man, but he was rich in vision. He wanted his daughters to stand on their own feet. He wanted them to be independent. That Faras, stand on your own feet means to become self reliant. It means not depending on others for your success. This was the first lesson Kiran learned. If you want freedom, you need discipline. Kiran's childhood was not filled with luxury, it was filled with routine. She woke up early, she studied hard, she practiced tennis for hours, she followed schedules, she respected time. And slowly, without realizing it, she was building that habit would define her life. Discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you do not feel like doing it. Most people wait for motivation. Disciplined people act whether they feel motivated or not. That was Kiran. As a teenager, Kiran developed a fierce love for tennis. Under the burning sun, while many children played casually, she trained seriously. Day after day, set after set, serve after serve, there were no shortcuts, no excuses, no complaints. Tennis taught her that success is not won in one dramatic moment. It is won in thousands of invisible moments. The early mornings, the tired evenings, the repeated practice, the decision to keep going. Eventually, her hard work paid off. She became a national level tennis champion. Winning gave her confidence, but more importantly, losing gave her resilience. Resilience means the ability to recover quickly from setbacks. Champions are not people who never fail, they are people who keep showing up. This lesson would become essential in the years ahead. Kiran excelled in academic as well. She earned degrees in English, political science, law, and later a doctorate. While others saw education as a requirement, she saw it as a preparation for a life of service. Service means dedicating your work to help others. She wanted to contribute to society, but she had no idea that history was preparing a place for her. In 1972, something extraordinary happened. Kiran Bedi became the first woman to join the Indian Police Service. It was a historic moment. Historic means so important that it becomes part of history. India had never seen a woman in this elite force before. Many celebrated, many doubted, some mocked. Others predicted she would quit. The system was dominated by men. Traditions were rigid. Resistance was strong, but Kiran did not enter the IPS to seek approval. She entered to do her duty. Duty means a moral or legal responsibility, and she took that responsibility seriously. Training at the police academy was physical and mentally demanding. Long runs, horse riding, weapons training, law classes, tough elevations. For many, it was exhausting. For Kiran, it was an opportunity. Every challenge strengthened her. Every obstacle sharpened her focus. People watched closely. Could a woman handle the pressure? Could she command respect? Could she survive? Kiran answered these questions not with speeches but with performance. She trained harder. She stayed disciplined. She refused to ask for special treatment. And slowly, respect replaced doubt. This is one of the most important truths in life. You do not demand respect, you earn it through consistency. When Kiran Bedi began her police career, she quietly developed a reputation. She was fearless, honest, and impossible to intimidate. Intimidate means to frighten someone into obedience. But Kiran was not easily frightened. If rules existed, she enforced them. Whether the offender was poor or powerful made no difference. This attitude made her admired by ordinary citizens and disliked by some influential people. But she accepted that. Integrity often creates enemies. Integrity means doing the right thing even when it's difficult. One incident would make her famous across India. In the early 1980s, while serving as a traffic officer in New Delhi, Kiran Bedi took strict action against illegal parking. During a high security event, a car belonging to the office of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi was parked improperly. Most officers would have ignored it. Kiran did not. She ordered the vehicle to be towed. Tow means to pull a vehicle away with another vehicle. The media exploded with the story. People were astonished. A police officer had enforced the law equally, even against the Prime Minister's office. From that day, she became known as Crane Bedi. Some used to nickname humorously, but for millions of Indians, it symbolized courage. It means the law should be above the status. That one act sent a message louder than any speech. Discipline means treating principles as non negotiable. Her honesty came with consequences, transfers, criticism, political pressure, attempts to sideline her. Sideline means to remove someone from an important role. Many people in her position might have compromised. Compromise means to weaken your principles to avoid conflict. Kiran did not. She believed that if you surrender your integrity once, it becomes easier to surrender it again. That belief guided every decision. She did not chase comfort, she changed purpose. Purpose is the reason something exists. Her purpose was public service. In 1993, Kiran Bedi was appointed Inspector General of Tihar Jail, one of the largest prison in Asia. The prison was overcrowded, violence was common, drug abuse was widespread, corruption was deeply rooted. Many viewed that assignment as punishment, a difficulty posting meant to isolate her. But Kiran saw possibility where others saw despair. Despair means complete loss of hope. She believed prisoners were human beings capable of change. This was a revolutionary idea. Instead of ruling through fear alone, she introduced reforms, education programs, vocational training, meditation sessions, drug rehabilitations, libraries, grievance systems. Grievance means a complaint about unfair treatment. She invited teachers, volunteers, and social workers into the prison. She encouraged inmates to learn skills. She treated them with dignity while maintaining discipline. This balance was crucial. Compassion without discipline leads to chores. Discipline without compassion leads to resentment. Kiran combined both, and the result were remarkable. Violence decreased, morale improved, many prisoners began to transform. One of the most famous transform was introducing Vipassana meditation. Vipassana meditation teaches individuals to observe their thoughts calmly. At first, many were skeptical. How could meditation help handle criminals? But as inmates practiced, anger softened, clarity emerged. Some men who had spent years in rage began confronting their own action. Confront means to face something honestly. Kiran understood a profound truth. Real reform begins within. You cannot force someone to change, but you can create an environment where change becomes possible. Her work at Tihar attracted global attention. She received the Raymond Magsaysay Award, often called Asia's Nobel Prize. International organizations praised her. Journalists documented her reforms. Yet awards were never her primary goal. Her goal was impact. Impact means a strong effect. She wanted institutions to serve people, not crush them. Kiran Bedi's discipline extended beyond professional life. She maintained strict routines. She exercised regularly, read extensively, prepared thoroughly, and used time efficiency. Efficiency means achieving results with minimal waste. The consistency gave her energy and credibility. When she asked others to be disciplined, they knew she practiced what she preached. That fans mean to follow your own advice. Leadership begins with personal example. Kiran often said that discipline is freedom. At first, this sounds contradictory. How can discipline create freedom? Because when you control your habits stop controlling you. When you manage your time, you gain more time. When you master your mind, distractions lose power. When you build character, opportunities expand. Discipline is not punishment, it is structure. And structure creates possibility. Her outspoken nature sometimes brought controversy. Outspoken means expressing opinions openly. She criticized inefficiency, questioned corruptions, and challenged authority. Not everyone appreciated this, but Kiran believed silence in face of wrongdoing was a form of participation. This belief made her both admired and controversial, but she never tried to be universally liked. She tried to be useful. That is a valuable lesson. Popularity is temporary, character is lasting. After decades of service, Kiran Bedi retired from the IPS in 2007. Retirement did not slow her down. If anything, it expanded her reach. She wrote books, delivered speeches, mentored young people, supported social initiatives, and remained active in public life. Many retirees seek rest. Kiran sought continued contribution. Contribution means giving something valuable. She became a familiar face on television, in universities, and at leadership forums. Her message was consistent. Take responsibility. Be disciplined. Stop making excuses. Use your time wisely. Serve society. Her words resonated because they were backed by experience. Advice carries more weight when the speaker has lived it. In 2016, Kiran Bedi was appointed Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry. Even in this administrative role, her style remained the same structured, transparent, demanding. She promoted direct communication and citizen engagement. Some praised her efficiency, others criticized her methods. But once again, she stayed true to her principle. To understand Kiran Bedi, you must understand one essential idea. She never waited for perfect circumstances. She worked with the what she had. This mindset separates dreamers from achievers. Dreamers imagine change, achievers create it, and creation requires discipline. Imagine the pressure she faced, being the first woman in a male dominated profession, being criticized for enforcing rule, being transferred for honesty, managing dangerous institutions, standing against entrenched interests. Entrenched means firmly established and difficult to change. Any one of these challenges could have discouraged someone, but Kiran treated obstacles as part of the mission. This is where her story becomes deeply personal for all of us. Most people do not fail because they lack talent. They fail because they lack consistency. They start enthusiastically, then distractions appear, then excuses grow, then discipline fades. Kiran Bedi shows another path. Show up every day, do the work, respect your principles, let results accumulate. Success is often the delayed reward of repeated effort. If you are learning English, her story offers a powerful lesson. Fluency does not come from studying one day intensely. It comes from disciplined daily practice. 10 new words, one paragraph, one video, one conversation, repeated consistently. That is how confidence grows. Language learning, like leadership, is built through habit. Think about the vocabulary you learned today: self reliant, resilience, integrity, duty, historic, intimidate, sideline, purpose, grievance, compassion, efficiency, outspoken, contribution, entrenched, consistency. If you review and use those words, they become part of your English. Knowledge becomes skill only through repetition. Kiran Bedi's life also teaches that discipline is not rigidity, it is alignment. Alignment means your actions match your values. If you value health, you exercise. If you value learning, you study. If you value honesty, you tell the truth. If you value service, you help others. Discipline is how value become visible. There were undoubtedly lonely moments in her journey. Moments when criticism was intense. Moments when resistance seemed overwhelming. Moments when compromise would have been easier. But courage is continuing despite isolation, and discipline is continuing despite emotion. Together, they create extraordinary leadership. Many people ask what makes a person strong. Strength is not loudness, it is not aggression, it is not dominance. True strength is emotional control, more clarity, and the ability to persist under pressure. Kiran Bedi embodied that strength. Her story reminds us that institutions can change when individuals refuse to accept dysfunction as normal. Dysfunction means a system that does not operate properly. One disciplined person can challenge habits that millions have tolerated. One honest decision can inspire a nation. One courageous act can redefine expectation. Perhaps that is why Kiran Bedi continues to inspire people across generations. Not because she was perfect, but because she was principled. Principled means guided by strong moral values. She showed what is possible when determination meets discipline. Picture her walking into Tihar Jail for the first time. Towering walls, thousands of inmates, a system burdened by hopelessness. Many saw danger, she saw potential. That perspective is leadership. Leaders do not deny problems, they see possibilities hidden inside them. Picture her on tennis court as a young girl, sweat on her forehead, racket in hand, practicing while others rested. She did not know then that every disciplined morning was preparing her for battles far larger than sport. The habits you build today may prepare you for responsibilities you cannot yet imagine. Picture the traffic officer standing firm as the Prime Minister's car is towed away. No anger, no hesitation, just duty. In that moment, discipline overcome fear, and millions watching understood what equality before the law should look like. That is legacy of Kiran Bedi, a woman who transformed discipline into power, who turned honesty into action, who proved that courage is a daily practice, and who showed that one individual can challenge an entire system. If this story inspired you, write in the comments, discipline is my superpower. And tell me which new English word you learned from Kiran Bedi's journey. If you want more powerful stories to improve your English and your mindset, subscribe to Vocal Vantage Studios and join me for the next journey. Because every great life teaches two lessons: how to succeed and how to speak about success in better English. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and stay disciplined. Thanks for watching.